the queen of how to. Come on and see what I'm gonna show you how to do. Hello, I am Beverly Kane, and welcome to my channel, the queen of how to. That's me. In today's episode, we are doing another wig transformation. So to see how I got this cute little pixie cut from a wig that didn't start out quite so cute, stick around to see how it's done. But I also wanted to say a big thank you to all of my loyal subscribers and all of the queens who join me every week. Thank you. I love and appreciate you. And if you are new here and this is your first time finding me, welcome to the Queendom. I'm glad that you are here. Welcome to the Queendom. You are a queen too, my dear. So welcome. I hope you will take a second to hit that subscribe button and join the Queen of How To family and become one of the regular queens. So let's get into it to see how this cute little pixie cut was achieved. Now, this is what we're starting with. And it's not great, but it's not crazy, super terrible, but definitely not a style I would wear. There's way too much hair up here, too long. I don't think I'm going to cut much at all from the back. But this top is just ridiculous. So, and this is supposed to be a pixie cut is what it is. I got this wig from Temu for like $8 or something like that. Supposed to be human hair. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm going to show you the tools that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my razor comb. I might use these thinning shears. They have these little teeth on the top, and then, you know, they are scissors, and then some regular scissors, and obviously a comb. But first, I'm just going to comb it down and see exactly how much hair I'm working with here in the front, which again is way too much, way too much. So it's not even either. There's definitely more hair over here than over here. But again, I paid $8 for this wig, so you know, no need to complain. We're just gonna play around here and see what we get. This is like the second time I think I've done a wig transformation. But let's see if we can get something cute and stop looking like the Beatles, okay? Uh, so the first thing, I don't even know. I'm gonna start maybe with the razor comb, and the longer side, the longer teeth cuts less, the shorter teeth cuts more. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and start with the longer side. Because I know I want less hair up here in the front. So as you see, I'm just taking it, and it does work better if you hold the end of the hair to get more tension on it, to be able to get more of a cut. So I'm just starting with that. And actually, you know what? This is all trial and error. I am no professional. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm not even exactly sure what I want this to look like when I'm done, but we're gonna keep going here. I am gonna start by cutting some of this hair. It's just too in my face, and I just don't like it. And I know I don't want this hair that long. I have to be mindful of where the band is. It ends right here. So I don't want to cut it too short because I don't want that band to show, but I gotta cut this out of my eyes. That's what I'm gonna start with. So let's take my scissors and just go right above my eyes here. And just cut that. So I can at least see what I'm doing. That would be helpful. Okay, so let's just get that cut out of my eyes first. Let's just start there. Okay, again, still way too much hair. Um, let's see here. Okay. And I do want to leave it kind of long right here on the sides. So I don't want to cut too much of that. All right, so let's just start there. And now, lots of hair everywhere. I'm going to use my thinning shears to just thin some of this hair out. And how you use thinning shears, you don't want to start with the very top because you want it to lay down, over. I'll show you. So I don't want to start with this top layer of hair. So I'm just going to pin that back. If I can get that in there. All right, here we go. And let's get another one. But yeah, I'm just going to go in here, and how you use these is, again, it has these little teeth on the bottom. So you just, well, not that much. You get a thin little layer of it, cut and pull, and you see it takes some of the hair out without, cutting it all. But that's just going to thin some of this out. But it makes where you're doing that cut, it's making that hair, really short in those places. So you don't want to do it at the top so it doesn't look too scraggly. You don't want to see all those little tiny short pieces. All right. And this hair is so slick. Okay. Yeah, let's just thin some of that out. And again, as you see, not a professional, but trial and error. And when you get a cheap wig, it's easy to do that. You don't feel like you got to be so, careful as you would if you paid $100 for a wig. But when you pay $8, you're like, okay, let's just try some things. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm just getting some of this hair thinned out of the front so that it's more manageable and more realistic. Because right now, nobody's trying to be wearing that much hair up in the front of your head. At least I'm not. I shouldn't say nobody because I don't know everybody. Somebody might. Okay. So let's thin that out a little bit. Let's do a little more right here. Okay. Now let's pull this top layer back. Okay. It's a little better already. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, just kind of cut and pull. Cut, not all the way through, but just cut and pull so that it thins some of that hair out. Like that. And so I've got a good amount of hair that I have let go of just by doing that before I even, really get into trying to define. I just wanted to release some of that thickness up here. Still needs to be thinned a little bit more, I think. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that for a little bit. Okay, now I've thinned it out some. Now I'm going from looking like the Beatles to the mom on Brady Bunch, but let's keep going and seeing if we can get something good. So I'm gonna, again, now try to start using this short side of the razor comb and just kind of get some definition here so it's not all the same length. And as you see, I do want it kind of swooping to this side mostly, especially the front here. So I'm just holding the end and dragging the comb across it to kind of get some layered effect rather than just it all being like the same length. Okay, so let's just keep going with that. So it's looking a little better, Still need a little work, but this is where we are right now. After thinning it, after using the razor comb, it definitely looks better. It's not as helmety. There's still more hair in places than I would like there to be, but I'm gonna keep on working with it to see what we get, see if it is human hair that I can curl it to add a little bit of bump, to give me a little more, um, a little more form and structure here in the top. And we'll see what we end up with, okay? All right, so this is where we are right now. It's looking better. It's looking better still. Again, like I know over here, just more hair than there needs to be. So I'm actually just going to use my scissors here and cut this. So just pull it straight out and then just cut over here, trying to get more of a layered look there because it's looking very, I don't know what the word is, but just one dimensional. So I'm just trying to get some texture in here, some layers in here, so that it looks, at least a little bit believable. Um, so again, I don't have, you know, any kind of training, so don't take this as law of what you're supposed to do. But again, be willing, especially again, if you have a cheap wig, be willing to try something. Why not? Like this looks like it's longer than everything else and it shouldn't be. So I'm just going to grab that and cut it. All right. So now we got it looking a little better here in the front, not so thick and heavy. Okay. I think we're getting there. What are you thinking? What are you thinking so far? Would love to hear your comments, with the transformation thus far. If you think it's going well, you think I just need to give up. Would love to hear your thoughts, from where we're started to where I am right now on this hair transformation, this wig transformation journey. So this is what I got so far. Okay, I think it's getting cute. It's getting cute. It's getting less 70s and more current. Because when we started, I was definitely the Beatles, but had some Beatles hair. But let's, okay, yeah, look at there. All right, so I am gonna try and use my curling iron. I do have small curling iron here that I just want to add, see if I can add any kind of a bump to kind of direct the hair the way that I want it to go, because it's definitely doing its own direction right now. Okay, so it is curling it. Well, not curling it. I'm just kind of bumping it to direct the hair in the way that because I don't want any curls. I just want just a little bump. And this is, I don't remember what the name of this curling iron is. It doesn't have a name on it, but it does have a setting where it has high and low. So I have it on the low setting and not the high. Um, just, in case this was not real hair so that I didn't burn it. But yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bump here without burning myself. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. So I'm just going to keep curling it for a little bit and see what happens. So all the cutting and trimming and thinning and razoring is done, and this is the final product. Here is the front. Here is the back. What do you think? What do you think? I think I did a thing. Super cute to me. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, but definitely took out a lot of that fullness and thickness and longness right here in the front. I didn't really do anything to the back, but curl it a little bit, just so that it had a little more of that texture and that look, that more of that layered look. But the front is where I did all of the transformation. So would love to hear your thoughts about this wig transformation and what you think, how you think it looks on me. But if this is your first time finding me, again, as I said in the beginning, welcome to the queendom. And I hope you all will take a second to like, subscribe, share if you think this would be helpful for someone else, and then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes and you are the first to be notified when a new episode is uploaded. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to come back next week to see what's new from the Queen of How To, and I will see you the next time. This is some bonus footage of just something that I thought was a really good tip that I learned too late for the beginning of this video, but wanted to give you guys this bonus footage because I thought it to be incredibly helpful. I learned that, for one, I knew that you could replace the blades in your razor comb. Wasn't really sure how, but I knew it could be done. But also, really, my razors should have been replaced from the beginning, because when I was using it, as you saw, I had to hold the hair and kind of slide it through. That's not what should happen when you are using a razor comb. This is what should happen when you're using a razor comb. Basically, you just kind of glide over it like that, and you see all of this hair that just came out. That's what should happen with a razor comb, not holding the hair and kind of forcing it. With this, if you've got a nice sharp blade in there, you should not have to be tugging and pulling and doing all of that I was doing in the earlier video. So I learned that if you're having to pull and tug to get that hair to go through, then your razor is dull and you need to change it. And so in just a second, I'm going to show you how to change the blade as well, but wanted to hop on and give you that tip because I got done so much faster, just with the little touch-ups that I wanted to do afterwards, using it with a nice sharp blade. I mean, again, I'm only going to do a little bit because I don't really want to cut, but look how easily it just glides over that hair and thins that out, rather than the tugging and pulling that you saw me doing earlier. So that's the first thing. Now I'm going to show you how to actually change out the blade. So it's very easy to change out the blades in your razor comb. And all you have to do, there's a little groove right here. You just push up and that lets these loose. And then you just take the top off. You have your blades right there. I just changed these, but I'm still going to show you what to do. So I just take these out very carefully because they are very sharp. And then I just take, this is just eyebrow brush that I just clean out any excess hair from this, as well as the top piece if there is any. And then I got a box of blades from CVS. I think it was $7 for like 7 blades. And then you just want to stick them. There's a hole in the middle of your blade. You just want to stick that right over the little holes that are on the comb, and then do the same thing with the other one. It's going to overlay over top of it just like that, and then you just slide you put it there at the bottom and then slide it back into place just like that, and you have now changed out the razors very easily in your razor comb so that you have a good sharp comb for doing your thin outs or however you plan to use it. So that's my tip. I hope that is helpful, and I'll see you next time.